Welcome to this demonstration of the Xyconyx ActiveX Synchroniser for HP Trim and Records Manager. In this demonstration we're going to show you the service in action. Now we've started with two data sets, Trim1 and Trim2. They're both empty. If we refresh our locations, there's nothing in here as yet, but we'll watch them grow. And the only difference between the two is defined in our XML file. And this is the thing that tells the service how to load up trim. In T1, dataset T1, we're auto-disabling people straight away, delay hours of 0, whereas in T2, we're auto-disabling people with a delay hours of 1. So remember that for later. Meanwhile, on our server, we've got a stack of users set up in our groups. It's only users in groups that are loaded into trim that are defined in the XML that will come in, and only people that are currently enabled and not expired, for example. So Fred Bassett at the moment is disabled in trim. He won't come in the initial load. Alright, we're going to fire up our service. Which has already been installed and configured. And gradually, beginning with T1, we should see users start to come in. Here they come. First of all, the objects get added, the properties get added to the objects, and the relationships get added. So we'll be able to see some of these relationships come in. Once the server has finished loading T1, it will move across to T2 and be loading that. And there it goes, doing its thing. Same thing as T1. Now in the initial phases there's no difference because we're not doing updates as such. We're just doing an initial load. It's all adding objects, and there's no time delay. Not that we've specified anyway. So now, while that's finishing itself off, we're going to come back to Active Directory users and computers and have a look at our Fred Bassett here. He's currently disabled, but we will re-enable him. And because we only need one dog in the outfit, Sally Terrier is going to be disabled. And we should find that that information starts to flow through. We better just check that Fred Bassett is a member of a group. Oh, he's a member of lots. So he should suddenly start to appear in both of these data sets. The service is currently configured to run every minute. So every minute it goes off to Active Directory, gets a new set of data, and then works its way through the data sets, making any changes that are necessary. So we have a little bit of a pause while the service is getting itself sorted out. But any minute now, off we go. And here it comes. There's Fred Bassett added into T1, and Sally Terrier's been disabled in T1. But if you remember, we have got a delay of 1 hour for our disabling on T2. So Sally Terrier is not disabled here, but we have got Fred Bassett, and Fred is a member of all of the groups that we intended him to be. Now, let's go off and just make another couple of quick changes. Luke Clark doesn't appear. Oh, yes, he does. I beg your pardon. Luke Clark, we are going to update his email address. Currently, he's luke@xyconyx.com. And if we have a look here, sorry, luke2@xyconyx.com, we'll change him back to luke@xyconyx.com. And we're going to make a change of membership. Richard Clark, we're going to take him out of PS POS New. Richard Clark, if we see here, associations member PS POS New and PS Trainers Group, and we're going to add him in to a different group, a different position. We'll put him into PS Trim. And Freddie Fittler, we will just call Fred and change his email. So we're just making a few changes here. And gradually these will filter through. Richard Clark's been changed. Both data sets. So as we make our changes in AD, they're coming through very quickly into Trim without any other action on our part. And if we go into our Xyconyx AD Sync software and go to Manage Sync, we can, for example, have a look at some of the changes that have been made. Sally Terrier in T2 is still waiting to be disabled. If we change the data set to T1, we can see that in fact she's it's all happened here. There's no reference to her anymore. She's been disabled. So that's working as intended, because we're leaving the other one for an hour before it disables Sally. So we can look at our log, see what's been affected from the beginning, the users that have been added, the fact that we've commenced and completed some synchronizations. If you saw something that had commenced a sync an hour ago and hadn't completed it yet, you might be a little bit concerned, and in fact you'd probably set that up as an alert. So everything's humming along nicely, the service is doing as intended, and we hope you get a chance to use this software. It'll make life very simple for you. Thank you.